Good morning, yoga friends. My name is Renee. Welcome to our gentle morning yoga practice. We have been blessed with an abundance of rain. It's springtime and the flowers are blooming. So our class theme today will explore the water element. Water nourishes our body, and it also flushes out toxins in our body through our kidneys and bladder. In Yin Yoga, which is influenced by traditional Chinese medicine, the water element is associated with the organs of the kidney and bladder. So for our yoga practice this morning, we will move with flows like waves, fluid and flexible. And before we get started, a gentle reminder to please move with ease, move mindfully, move through your own degree of flexibility. And if at any time you need to stop and rest, please do so and come into a restful pose like child's pose or easy pose. So let's get started. We are going to begin in child's pose, but instead of having your feet flat, tuck your toes in and just sit back on your heels. That way you get a nice toe stretch. Your arms extend forward towards the front of your mat. Your shoulders roll down and back, and your hips sinks down towards your heels. Take a moment to just breathe here in our child's pose. Now we're going to get ready to do a movement flow. Slowly rise up to your knees, and as you do so, bring your arms back, your head comes back, wide circles with your arms. Picture yourself diving and surfacing in the water. Pelvis comes forward as you swing back. There's no right or wrong with this movement. Just try and feel the flow of movement. Just rotate your arms in wide circles and come back and rest in your child's pose. From your child's pose, we're gonna warm up with our Cobra Dance. Begin to move forward, hug your elbows in towards your body, press your pelvis down onto the mat. Come back down to child's pose and move like a wave from Cobra into your child's pose. Breathe, inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale as you fold down back to child's pose. Press your legs down, the tops of your feet down on the mat. Move through your own flow, fluid and flowing like water. Warming up your spine and your core. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Last time. And we'll rest in child's pose. From your child's pose, come to a neutral tabletop position. Stack your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. We're going to do downward facing dog, but we will continue our flow of movement and we're gonna come into undulating dog, which basically means just a flow of movement like waves moving smoothly up and down. So let's get ready to do our downward facing dog. Tuck your toes in, spread your fingers wide, and lift your hips up towards the sky, extending your back legs. Try and straighten your legs if you can. Melt your heels towards the mat. You can add movement by pedaling your feet up and down towards the mat. Now bring your toes up, lower your knees down, and hover a few inches off the mat. Bring it back, straighten your legs out, downward facing dog. Lower your knees back down, hover, extend it back. Don't forget to breathe. One more time. Press your heels down. Now lift your right leg up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. Tuck it in, bring your knee forward to the front of the mat. Bring it back. Lift up towards the sky. Forward. Lengthen up. Last one. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your right shin towards the front of the mat. Slide your left leg back, the tops of your feet pressing down onto the mat. Square your hips towards the front, lengthen through your spine and the crown of your head. This is Pigeon Pose. Take a moment and breathe here. If you have a wide gap under your right hip, you can place a folded blanket or a block to support that hip. Now you can bring your hands a little forward, lift your right arm up to the sky and slide it under your left arm for thread the needle. Extend your left arm to the front. Rest your temple, your ear, and your cheek towards the mat. take a moment, breathe here in your thread the needle pigeon pose. Now bring your left hand back towards your body, slide your right arm up and lift and rise up. Chest is forward, shoulders away from your ears. Now tuck your back foot and toes and lift up. Slowly slide your right leg back towards downward facing dog. Gaze towards the back of your ankles and feet. Frame your biceps against your ears. Shoulders roll down and back. Now bend your knees and hover towards the mat, energizing your core. Once again, hovering a few inches above your mat. Last one. Now raise your left leg up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. Tuck your knee in and bring it towards the front. Lengthen up, inhale, exhale as you come forward. On the last one, bring it all the way to the front. Left shin comes forward towards the front of your mat. Right leg slides back. Lengthen through your spine and crown. Shoulders down and back. And breathe here in your pigeon pose. You can stay up here if you like, or we can do the thread the needle pose. Bring your hands a little forward. Left hand comes up towards the sky. Slide it under your right arm. Right arm extends forward. Rest your head towards the mat. Your ear and cheek pressed down. Breathe here. Slowly come back up. Bring your hand towards your body. Slide your arm out. Now tuck your back foot up. Slide your left leg back towards downward facing dog. Take a few more moments to breathe here in downward facing dog. Keep that body in an inverted V shape and breathe. Now slowly walk your hands towards the side of your mat. Bring your left leg out to the side. And now you are in a wide-legged straddle. Bring your hands towards your hips and slowly rise up. Now your legs are as wide as is comfortable for you. And we're gonna slowly make side to side movements with our legs. Once again, Getting used to that movement. We're gonna slowly add our arms, making flowing movements, fluid and flexible like water. You can close your eyes if you like and just feel that movement. There's no right way or wrong way to move. Do what feels comfortable for you. Maybe you can add your shoulders, make arm circles, side to side, maybe figure eights. Do what feels natural to your body. We're so used to moving in angles. It's harder to move and flow and really feel it. And when you are ready, come back to your neutral stance. For our wind down, we're gonna come into our wide-legged straddle. I like to use a blanket to support my seat and my hips. It's very helpful if you have tight hips. Open your legs to a wide V shape. Spread your legs as wide as is accessible for you. You can flex your feet towards the ceiling and sit tall, press down through your sit bones, and slowly walk your way towards the front, stopping at a point that is accessible and comfortable for you. Take a moment to breathe here. Make sure your lower back is flat. Shoulders away from your ears. Your chest pulls forward. If you need to have a slight bend to your knees, that's okay. Now slowly walk your hands back to the center. Now bring your left foot towards your right thigh for a half straddle. Bring your right hand towards your ankle. Extend your left arm up and over for a side stretch. Lift your chest. Don't hunch forward, and just take a moment to breathe here. Now bring your left hand towards the back as you reach with your right hand over and back. You can look back towards your hand for your modified wild thing. Now let's make this a continuous flow of movement. Come back to your side stretch. Then hand comes back and sweep your arm around and back. Once again, flow of movement. Pelvis goes forward. Side stretch. Expand your front body. Last one. Now let's bring the other foot in. Bring your right foot towards your left thigh. Take your left hand towards your ankle. Right arm comes up and all the way over for a nice side body stretch. Try and keep your chest forward. Now bring your hand back. Sweep your left arm over, all the way to the back, opening through the front of your body. Come around, side body stretch. Remember, we're trying to move and flow. Continuous flowing movements. Open up your chest, open up that pelvis. Last one. And rise back up. At last, we are ready for Savasana. For our Savasana, let's get into our starfish pose. Now you can use a blanket to place under the middle of your back and kind of help to lift your chest up. And you're just gonna spread your arms and legs wide. Maybe this comes down a little more, right there. Spread your arms out wide like a starfish. Close your eyes and just take a moment to breathe. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale. Whisper a sigh out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Ujayi breaths resemble the sound of ocean waves. That's why it's also known as ocean breath. Inhale and exhale like the ebb and flow of the ocean waves. Feel the waves of your Ujayi breaths wash over your body. When you are ready, find some movement in your body. Rotate your ankles and your wrists and make your way to your favorite side in a fetal position. You can rest your head onto your hands like a pillow and take a moment to rest here. Slowly make your way up to a seated, easy pose. You can use your folded blanket to sit on. Cross your legs in front of you. Press evenly down onto your sit bones. And just take a moment and breathe. Inhale, expand your chest, open your arms wide. Exhale, bring it all in, round your spine. Once again, inhale and exhale. Move through your own flow of movement, fluid and free. Last one, open up your heart, bring it all in, and come back up. Hands come to heart center, slight bow to your head. Thank you all for sharing your energy in our morning practice. Don't forget to hydrate. Namaste.